Today I finished The Body Keeps the Score, and it's very unfortunate that the government, politics for sure, has not only diminished the information found and studied in this book, they have intentionally not shared it for the public's benefit. Hello! You're so cute! Oh my goodness! I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you. Oh, they got the littlest, smallest legs, but yeah, like this is intentional. They intentionally didn't share researched information, like things that could be proven to benefit the masses in regards to trauma and its impact and changing the trajectory of people's lives. Yet this information is ignored, undermined, belittled, and it was definitely used to carry out a different agenda. Certainly can be proven. And as the author stated, if they found drugs, or if they was able to create drugs that could mimic the responses and the overall impact of their studies based on the things that they've studied and applied in the book as far as trauma and different treatments they use for healing, if they had a goddamn prescription drug that could do the things that they've been able to do through healing, talk therapy, and all of the different, I'm not sure what to call them, all of the different avenues that one could utilize for healing and trauma, y'all, they'd be pushing this drug extensively. Oh, so little. Talking, no denying it. If we was talking pharmaceuticals, if these were drugs that they were offering, as far as for change behavior and blah blah blah, any type of benefit, if it came from a drug, they're going to push it, they're going to fund it. But since it's not, they're hiding it, and it's inevitably made things worse for centuries. Nonetheless, I love this book. Everybody should definitely tap into this book for insightful purposes, because once again, we all need to heal. Considering the fact that we were all born into the same conditioning and trauma cycles, they may look different in our families or diverse wise, but inevitably it's still trauma. And trauma is only pushed in the narrative of like it has to be some major event. And it's like, no, we experience trauma every day just throughout our childhood, throughout life every day, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. And things become more traumatic when we don't realize the impact of the trauma that we endured as children and how it's manifested into our adult lives. And many of us don't. But I'm happy that I was able to I read this book, everything that I've learned from the book, and as far as insight on how things can be applied to create change moving forward. Like, there are many doctors and things that are doing research and sharing the information through things like books to create a new narrative and perspective for healing. Needed, certainly. How you doing? Amazing to say the least, seriously. But yeah, yesterday when I was reading the structures chapter, I was crying so hard just reading the experiences of others and how I could register with them as far as feelings of abandonment and just really hard things that I experienced as a child that most of us experience that we never really want to talk about. But those experiences can also, manifest once again in adulthood. And with structures, I want to do it because I feel as if I can play out a couple fucking scenarios as an adult and a child. that I would like to have gone different ways. And just being able to have those experiences is really beneficial. And once again, research backed. These things have been proven and shared with the CDC and other national institutions that could have definitely pushed these narratives and options into mainstream healing and things like this outside of pharmaceutics. Everybody always want to goddamn push a pill. Why? Because it keeps the money coming. Well, the money is not beneficial to us. Healing will be more beneficial to society. Resolving the trauma will be much more beneficial to society, for everyone. And it's like knowing this truth and knowing how hard that they fight and work to hide it from everybody. It's just sick. Because these are things that we can learn in school. These are things that would benefit us when it comes to being able to process and manage our way through life as adults. And they have the information. And what are they doing with it? Nothing. Psychos. It's okay. Everything's changing for the better. I was definitely supposed to read this book. I'm happy I read this book. I hope people tap into this book and really consider counseling and therapy for healing reasons. It's beneficial and it's well worth it, even if y'all don't understand it. And of course, it's going to be uncomfortable, y'all. Tradition has taught us that anything being mentally wrong with us, quote unquote, is a bad thing. It's a thing to be embarrassed about. I don't know anybody who hasn't experienced trauma in their life. It's just a fact. And I know it's easy to say one should not be embarrassed by it, but once you actually work through it, you'll have more of an understanding why you shouldn't be embarrassed by it. It's just a part of life. And look at that. It's a part of life that you actually made it through. And that counts. More than one really knows. But y'all know, I am someone who believes that we got this and things are changing for the better. And doctors, such as the author of this book, I think his name is, let me not butcher it, and then the other doctors and things that he's also mentioned within the book, who's conducted studies and done research for these very purposes. All of this information will definitely start being shared, and these things will definitely become broader options, certainly. And I'm excited about that. And the work. Can't avoid it, and it has to be done.